The Holy Grail of golf. Wow, look at this. You would say there's Gene Sarazen, Bobby Jones, Walter Hagen, Tom Watson, Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, and so many more. Now, this is in the recent Golf magazine with Dustin Johnson on the cover, February 2016. Remember that date? Because we finally have someone who woke up and smelled the coffee, the same coffee we've been drinking and advocating for the last 20 years. That's why we call it wisdom in golf. And if you look at, the stats that Mr. Chamblee has uncovered once again, I think now is the time to really stir up the pot and make sure that everybody understands that this is truly, by far, the best way to swing a golf club so that you get maximum enjoyment and maximum creativity in this game. Just ask Bubba Watson. You tell me he's not having any fun. When he finds a golf course that he really enjoys to play, and he's nice and sheltered, he's away from all the brouhaha like at the Masters, he's a very happy camper and he enjoys the game tremendously because he's allowed to be creative. And while you're reading that article, you'll hear how Brandel Chamblee was, I wouldn't say he was robbed because he was listening to the people he was trying to listen to and he was trying to become a better player, but he went down the wrong rabbit hole. He barked up the wrong tree. And he realizes that today, and that's really, really awesome what he's done and how he's presented that. And we at Wisdom in Golf are there to really shoulder him in this effort, okay? So one day, hopefully, Brandel and me are going to meet and we're going to, match our wits together and we're going to come up with an amazing program that's going to help all these people out, because right now they're looking at body parts. They're looking at knees behind the ball, big hip turn, heel off the ground. Well, yeah, that's going to allow you to finish a nice backswing, but what are you going to do with that backswing? You need to have the right focus in order to get to the target. And that's where you need to dive into what we do, because you remember in the video entitled Ridiculously Easy, we talk about how the human body has 4 million years of self-preserving wires inside of it that are going to help you perform specific tasks. But if you don't focus the proper way, it's going to hinder your ability to perform. So, I don't want to skip a stone on water. Just take a ball, just skip a stone down the front of the tee box here when you're on the range, and you'll notice, okay, yep, I released the stone there, my body is facing the target, my weight's on the front foot. When did the weight get there? You'll have to think about that for a second. Most of you will think you're getting the weight there as you're letting go of the stone. Way before that. Why? So, right there. That's where I go get the ground. So if you look at Sequence Your Sports Swing, Shawn Clement video. Now, we did a really good job on that. So I get the ground, use the ground to get my body out of the way. So it's very much like a boxer. If you look at a boxer, he's getting ready to snap a punch. The first thing that happens, we go to that front leg, we use the ground to remove the body out of the way. So it's called a retraction. And then we have access to the target. Now, if you make the ball your target, so after you've done this beautiful backswing and you've got all this built up potential, and then you take your focus and put it on the ball and you want to hit the ball harder, you are in for a nasty time, okay? So here's me throwing a stone into the ball. Look familiar? Well, yeah. Here's me throwing the club at the target. So I got my golf club, I got my keep out sign, throw it at the keep out sign. Look at where I am. Weight's on the front, chest is out of the way, beautiful tilt. You look at all of the greats through impact. Not just 17 out of the 19, right, that Brandel says have this backswing that have won 5 majors or more, but you look at all of them through impact and they're tilted away from the target. Why? Because that's the only way to get to the target. You invert that tilt and now you're throwing into the ground. So if I'm taking my club and throwing it into the ball, it's going to look like this. So I'm throwing the club into the ball, there's your over-the-top swing. So often we forget that, you know, we're hanging around people that love to analyze golf swings and put you on video and analyze your swing to the nines, and they say, well, look, you're moving, you're coming over the top, your right shoulder is over here and your right hand is over here. Bad. That's bad. Bad shoulder, bad hand. Well, I want to let you guys know that you have no ability to make a mistake. It's impossible for the human system to make mistakes. It's only focused, you know, so what it'll only respond to upper management. So if you're focused on the ball, hit the ball, your body responds to that focus according to its 4-million-year-old self-preservation system. You have no choice in the matter. It's our way of surviving, okay? You know, 10,000 years ago, if you fell down and broke your leg, you were pretty much toast. Today, call an ambulance, get a ride to the hospital, order a pizza. It's all good. So now, I get set up, and I want to go to the target. Okay, so, big backswing, knee behind the ball, big hip turn. I want to go to the target. So first thing the brain is going to do is go get the ground. Got it. Use the ground to get me out of the way. Got it. Release out to the target. Wow, look at that. But if I go backswing, knee behind ball, hip, left heel off the ground, hit the ball. Well, Brandel stuff doesn't work. I can't see it. It feels like there's way too much margin for error. So now all this creepy fear and, you know, all this be careful stuff comes out instead of, hey, I want to go keep out to wet paint. Gather that backswing. Let's go to keep out. Wow, look at that. I shifted my weight. I cleared my hips. I released in the direction I wanted the ball to go. Gosh, that was easy. Okay, so let's do that again. I see the keep out sign. I gather. Let's go to keep out again. Wow, look at that. So the right focus is going to put this together for us. Throwing the club at the target. Be careful. Make sure you see my video on how to throw the club properly. Okay, so I don't want any parking lots getting, you know, golf clubs in the, you know, on top of cars and helicopters going over the netting and hitting people. I want you to be very careful the way you start throwing the club. So you got to do it very, you know, in a very safe environment. And so, yes, huge yes on. Come on, get that backswing finished up. That was Jack Nicklaus's #1 swing key his whole life. Finish the backswing. And we all know how Jack Nicklaus's backswing looked. It looked exactly like what Brandel Chamblee is talking about in there. So I'm going to be one of those guys that is going to buy the Anatomy of Greatness because it marks a very important time in the history of the game. We're finally moving back into the proper direction. We're finally, you know, the pendulum is finally starting to swing the other way. And this is the support that we've been looking for in Wisdom in Golf. So we welcome the collaboration. Thank you very much, Mr. Chamblee. We're looking forward to speaking to you soon.